Okay, so we're going to do some lighting up of the hips and opening up of the backs and that type of thing today. Okay, and in the process of doing it, I'm going to use my band because that will really help. So a lot of times we get a lot of pain even up into our shoulders as I'm talking you through this and telling you what we're going to be doing. See here, I have my little pad. Many of you have gotten this from me. Some of you, you can find these pads. Some are better, some are worse. I love this one because there's some you can balance on. It's 2 inches. It's a pretty firm foam. Do you see this? When you stepped on there, as I'm doing right now, and I have my band because I'm going to get using it here. But when I stepped on here, some of you stepped on with an almost locked leg. So what I want you to do is step here, soften your knee. You don't really bend it, but you soften it. And when you soften it, open your toes. Okay? Open your toes. So you're going to open them up. And when you're stepping on and off, even a 2-inch, very compromising surface, meaning it's squishy, it's going to throw you. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it's going to throw you. And if you go stepping up on that pad, even in a warm-up kind of a way, without a third point of contact there, see, it will throw you, and you'll do a little, to get your balance back. So you drop your shoulders, you say rib cage up. When you step onto this very compromising or squishy pad, you open your toes, you soften your knee. You don't really bend it, but you soften it. I observe people constantly who walk at one point of their gait, they lock their knees. Okay? This causes a lot of problems. Why? Because when you lock your knees in a walking type situation, you have to use other muscles instead of the muscles you're supposed to use. That sets up all kinds of imbalances all the way up the line. Now, in the stepping up, and you see I have my bar here. I'm breathing in through my nose. I step. My knee is soft. I say rib cage up. I'm using this. I don't have to use it, but it's there if I need it. So I would suggest you keep it in this situation, in this particular position, and don't let it rest on the floor. Because anytime you use something like an assistive device, if you're not aware of your postural lineup and how much you're using this little device, you tend to do things like this. So if it's on the floor, you go like that. See that? And that's not what we want. So drop your shoulders, soften up those knees, take a step, slow down. Now open your toes. Okay, now when you come up, truly come up. See this? See, I've pushed off the toe and I hesitated there for just a second and then I come back down. Okay, big breath, rib cage up. Here we go. Now go up. And why am I emphasizing this? Because when people step up or step, and I've gone over this ad nauseum before, however, I understand sluggy behavior. We get back into it, and unless I keep hammering on you as if I'm right there watching you, you get into bad habits. And that's okay. I'm here to just keep bugging you. Okay, that's it. So see, I can tell you that and this is my knee replace side, when I step up, unless I really lift up, okay, I tend to want to lock my knee. Why? Because I think it's giving me more stability, but it's just contributing to me using, not using my muscles correctly. So see, I'm right here. My toe is still back. Say rib cage up. This is hovering, hoovering, whatevering over the floor. I'm going to use my band here in just a minute. My knee is soft. That means I have to turn these muscles on. And if I don't soften up that knee, and if I overlean, and this is the one where I overlean because this is my hip replace side, then you don't turn on those crucial gluteal muscles. And I jump through hoops many ways to try to get you guys to do various ways to actually turn on that gluteal muscle. So see, if I come up here now and I'm used to it, instead of tapping, I'll just elevate. So what is this doing? I'll elevate my leg, I'll go back down. I'm not using my pole. I could if I needed to. So I'm right here, say rib cage up, unlock that knee, drop your chin, big breath through the nose, bring it up. Try your best to stay up here into your foot, unlock your knee, soften it up, soften it up, soften it up. See, I use my pole a little bit, get back on track. Big breath, big breath, big breath, drop your shoulders, and then come back down. So those of you with double hips replaced, double knees replaced, this isn't for you, okay? People will have you doing all kind of weirdo stuff that they wouldn't do if they had a few more birthdays and if they had a few more joints replaced. See, that's why this whole workout thing I'm doing tailor-made for people with these issues and back issues, etc. Okay, so yeah, I've done this a little bit. You know why? Because I could hit it 1 or 2 times and then go on, and you wouldn't have really given your brain a different pathway to follow. And then the first time you walk, you lock your knees, either on the stepping forward or on the push off. So do me a favor. Take your bar, put it right here. I'm going to use my band here in just a second. Right here, like this. See that? Take a big deep breath. Now, I'm going to just take a step, take a step, take a step. What am I doing? I'm hesitating. Go back. I'm trying to change some pathways in your head. When you lock your leg, either on the push off or on the stepping forward, and I see people popping their leg, they just pop it back. That means they're not using their gluteal muscles, their hamstrings, nor their quads, nor their calf, nor many other muscles and joints down the line. So rib cage up. What a better way to do this, barefooted, hesitating, and stepping over a little challenge. So see, I went with no challenge. I just walked. I hesitated. Now I'm going to go over my block. So see there? Sink. Bring it up and over. See that? Step to the side. Watch where you're going. Step behind. Do not lock the knees. So I'm sending you down the pathway by walking and doing some of these little tasks. Step to the side, heel up, heel up, heel up, heel up. So the biggest thing that you got to do to help yourself manage this whole thing of locking the knee, either on the stepping forward, some people do it mid-range, they have all kind of walking weirdness going on. I see it all the time. And these are the people, my daughter's one of them actually, that have trouble with their calves. They have trouble with their hips. Okay. And you might say, well, why don't you tell her about this? Because she's my daughter. She doesn't listen to anything I say. She has to go pay somebody. Okay, here we go. All the way around and around. See this? Around and around. Yeah, I only stay right here at my nose. See this? While I'm doing this, I'm gonna step back. Okay? Now, if you wanted to make this more challenging, go ahead and step on the pillow, step back, and your foot is on the pillow, and you're pressing down into the heel. Then you go out and around. Do not come up past your eyes. You're gonna go just at the chin or nose level, no higher, okay? Take a big deep breath through your nose. See this rolling? Yeah, make sure now that you're gonna bend your knee and back. See this? So as I go out, I'm gonna bend my knee and come back around. Bend my knee, come back and around. Say rib cage up. Here we go, don't go any higher than your nose. You go right here, you bend that back knee, bring it down and around. See this? So this little move right here, whoa, can turn on lots of stuff through your gluteal for sure. You're gonna feel it in the calf and the leg in the behind that's trailing. And you're gonna feel it in the quad and the leg that's on the pillow. Okay, do not go past your eyes. Don't go past your nose. Here we go, breath. Breath, rib cage up. See how I'm bending my back knee? See that? So you bend that back knee, you're gonna feel it's gonna turn on all that hip stuff. Just two more, stay with me. Take a big deep breath, drop your shoulders. Big breath, and then come back. Now I'm gonna switch. So I'm gonna step onto the pillow. I don't have to. So if that bothers you, just step forward, just like that. See that? Now, we were going this way before, now we're gonna go this way and bring it back, okay? Both of those moves are important moves. So start out here, pull it back, and come around. When you come around, look at the knee. I drop my knee, then I come up, okay? Now is when you're gonna pull your elbows back. Then you come down and around, right here, rib cage up. Do not lean forward. Bend your back knee, pull those arms back, okay? Big breaths, here we go. Big breath. Pulling it back, drop that knee, and then straighten the knee. Take a breath, drop the knee, do the backward rowing, and pull those elbows back, okay? Here we go. All the way back. Yeah, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders. Take a big breath. Here we go. Bend the knee, and then come back. Elbows back. Do not go higher than your nose. Big breath. Drop your knee, and then straighten it. Here we go. Drop the knee, straighten it. Elbows back. Drop your shoulders. Woo! Here we go. Couple more, just a couple more. Okay, when I say a couple more, it drives Kathy nuts. Because see, couple could be two, anything between 2 and 20. Okay, 2 more. Don't bend your wrists, you little cheaters. Here we go. Don't bend your wrist. Pull those elbows back. Yeah. Okay, 1 more. Big breath. And come off. So you should have felt that hip heating up just a little. Okay. So now that I've gotten us warmed up, we are going to apply this. And we're going to start down here at the hamstring, gluteals, your leg adductors and abductors, because we're going to be doing some work with this little band. Okie dokie. So you're just going to put it right here, and you're going to bring it all the way up. And you're going to step in, and you're going to bring it up around your knees. Right above the knee, actually. Okie dokie. So once you have it on there, test it out. So here I go. So here's what I want to see. I want you to go out and out, okay? Don't cave on me. Now we're going to, in just a minute, we're going to go into the middle. We're going to rotate our hip. But right now, I'm intent on trying to help you turn the gluteal muscle on all the way around. Okie dokie. So I'm staying out, right here, out with my legs. I'm going to go hip hinge, then I'm going to come back. Then I'm going to go hip hinge, then I'm going to come back. Take a breath. So when you go back, ask yourself, did I brace? Okay. So as I come forward, my legs stay open. Don't cave on me. You're opening against this little band. It's just a little pressure. Yeah. That's helping to get these turning on, contracting. Okay. But when you go back, see, ask yourself, did I tighten? Did I brace? What's that? Well, pretend I'm taking my fist and I'm going to punch you right in the belly. Okay? You would have braced. That's what I mean. Now keep these open. See, they're right here. They're open. My feet are a little bit wider or almost where my chair is. Don't go narrow on this. Hinge in, hip hinge in, then open. As you keep these wide open, come back here, brace. Take a big breath, hip hinge. Stay open. Now we're going to stand up. Are you ready? Drop your shoulders, take a big breath. Before you go to stand, do not collapse your knees. These right here should be firing all the way back down here if you're keeping these open. Okay, hip hinge. Now press into the heels. Keep these open and lead your choir. So it's a sit to stand. That's all it is. Breath and exhale. And you're open. See that? Nice and open. Then you're going to bring one leg in and then step out again. Do that a couple times. So I'm right here. I'm hip hinged. My rib cage is up. I'm doing a tiny little hip hinge. Then I step open and then I come back. So I'll let you see how far I'm going. Mac's in the way. Here we go. Mac, go lay down. You're okay. Go lay down. Oh, well. Okay, now go to the other side. See this? And then come back. You see how I'm shifting my whole body? Okay, at first, that's what you want to do. You just want to feel side to side motion. Okay, see, do two. Say rib cage up. Your knee is bent. Then go to the other side. And then come back up. Now, I'm going to ask you to do the same move, but don't shift your weight. So what does that look like? That looks like this. See that? So I'm right here. If that's hard for you to hang on to, then that's when you get your pole or you turn your chair, put your hand on the chair, okay? Because you're going to hip hinge and then you're going to step out and touch your heel. See, don't touch your toe. Don't use this heavily, lightly, and then come back in. And so I need to keep that knee very bent. So this is an in, out, and I'm not shifting. I hope you're seeing this. I'm not doing this now. Okay? I'm right here. Hip hinge. Boom. Touch your heel right there. And if you can do this with just one finger on the chair, well, do that. Okay? The knee is soft. So rib cage up. And I'm going out and in, but I'm hanging out here, putting all my weight on my supporting leg. This is the work. This is really the working leg. This is the moving leg. This one's not hard. This one starts heating up. That's what we want. Okay, take a breath. Shift. You're going to be right here. And instead of shifting, you're going to take your leg out here. And so somehow you need to bend a little. So I'm going to tell you that you need to hip hinge. You need to bend this knee and then go out here and touch your heel. Don't touch your toes. Okay. So drop your center of gravity, go out here and then come back in. See how I'm not shifting my whole body in the direction of the leg, and I'm putting the heel down. Okay. This one is good on so many levels. When you're barefooted, you're lightly using a little stability hold here. But when you're coming out and you're touching your heel, not your toe, you're in dorsiflexion. Okay. That means your toe is up. See how I'm hip hinging and I'm bending at my knee? That's how I drop my center of gravity. I don't drop my center of gravity by leaning in and hunching my back. Okay. So rib cage up, big breath, knee softened, hip hinging, heel tap, toe is up, then come back. And I'm doing this against this little band. It's not a heavy load, but it's a little resistance. And you should be feeling this hip really light up. That's the point. One of them. That's one of the points. Take a big breath, drop your shoulders, whoo, and come back. And come back. So, listen up. If you have hips replaced, you don't have the same sensation. I'm getting a lot more sensation on this hip that's not replaced, but we still need to work them. Okay, so now that we have done the side to side motion, because I told you we're starting down at the bottom and then into the leg muscles and the gluteal muscles, right? So now I want to take a big step, but here's what I don't want to do. When you took that step just now, if I had been there, you know what I would have done? Generally speaking, I would have tapped you right here because you did this. How do I know this? You taught me. Okay, soften up your joints, tighten in the tummy, just in a bracing. Breathe. I'm going to take a step wider than normal. Pretend that there's a ladder in front of you. I want you to step into the ladder and don't hit the rungs. Say rib cage up. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is take 2 steps. See this? Yeah. Take one more. Okay. And now step back. And see, we have the advantage of not having a ladder here, but stepping wide. Stepping wide. So, therapists figured out there was value in a ladder laying on the ground and you stepping into it. So they came up with all these cute little devices. I have several. I'll bring it out when I'm here. I'll have everybody step through the hoop, just step through the rungs on the floor. See this? Now, your band will crawl up. So go back, same way, really wide, but lower your center of gravity by bending your knee, rib cage up, and bending your knee and your ankle. Okay? We're going to do one more. If your band crawled up a little bit, just put it right above the knee. Okay? Take a big breath. Here we go. Ladder rungs right here. I've got my chair if I need it. See? I'm going to step really wide. See that? My knee is bent. Rib cage up. I'm holding balance, and here I go. Boom. See that? Big breath. Then I'm going to go back, same way. And then I'm going to go back. And then I'm gonna go back. See that? Now, before we change moves, you got your chair here. You got your band around your, right above your knees. Drop your shoulders. First thing you wanna do is, for this next move, is to step forward with your stability leg. Because now I'm gonna have you against this band. We're going to not swing, but we're gonna push the leg or pull it back. See, I'm pulling it back. See that? So I'm gonna come right there. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked. Take a breath, just like that. See, I'm gonna pull it back there. This right here should be squeezing to get this band moving in a backward kind of a trajectory. So drop your shoulders. Yes. Step forward. Say rib cage up. And then I want to take this back and back. And at the end of about, let's say 6, try not to lean too far forward. You want to take this leg back. So at the end of the 6th one, we're going to do a little rotation. Okay, let's say this is the 6th one. Big breath right here, and then rotate your toe out, and then rotate it back in. Or you could rotate your knee from pointing down to pointing out. See this? And this is my hip replace side, y'all. So I know about all this. I know how it feels. Drop your shoulder. Knee is soft. Take it back. Right up here. Just rotate. I didn't go very far, but I'm doing it against this band. Drop your shoulders. Big breath. Take it back. Rotate out and in. Out and in. So this not only gets your hip rotation going, but it super loads on the tail end of some of those other moves, the other gluteal. Okay? So before we switch, what I want you to do is just step back, and I want you to just pull back. So you're hanging on, and you're pushing your butt back. Really push it back, push it back, push it back, push it back, push it back. And then come back up. Step into the chair, take your hip bones, push them forward, take your hands in here, bring those elbows up, kind of like you're, trying to do a big chop down, just like that. See that? Okay, drop your shoulders. Here we go. Hips go toward the chair. This is when you loosen through the gluteals. You put your hands in, bring your elbows up over your head, really open through all the lats. Yeah, big breath. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your chin tucked, knees soft. Breath, and then uncurl right there. Okie dokie. Other leg. Here we go. I know, you thought I was going to forget. I did not this time. Okay, here's my chair. I need to drop my shoulders, bring my chin in, take a breath. Okay, then I'm going to step back, and I'm going to bring a push-pull situation. See? Back, and bring that heel into your hip, and you're pressing into this side, the one that's in front. Okay? So as you shift, make sure you shift and you're staying straight up. Then you move it back. Then you try to get that heel in. Bring it back. So open and in. Keep your rib cage up. Big breath. Open and in. Big breath. Really push down through your foot. Do not lean on this. I'm trying to get you to open this or to get these gluteals turned on, okay? Firing. People walk around, I'm telling you, this is the contributing, and I know this, I've known this, and that's why I've done a lot of workouts the way I do, because we walk around without fully firing our gluteals. That's the biggest muscle in your bodies, these are. And if they're not even working, and why would that be? Because you lock your legs when you're walking. You hunch over when you're walking. You're doing this. That's why. So I'm trying to give you techniques to get these open. Okie dokie. All right. Now I'm going to do the pattern walking, but I'm not really going to walk. I'm just going to go across. And I've got this little band here. See this? See, I'm just going to go like this. My hand is here. So you always do this on a wall. We're a chair, a counter, a bed. Big breath. Cross. Now, when you cross, many of you locked your knees. I know it. That's okay. I know it's sluggy behavior, but this is a class that loves slugs. I understand you. Okay, so bend your knees. Go across. Don't lock that knee. Yeah, just like that. Now, see how I pushed back with that back knee? I know it. It's a little push, but you've got a band here. See how I'm pushing back now? Take a big breath. Push it back. So that little bit of pressure from the band, it won't overdo anything with replaced joints, but it will address those muscles that just lay there because we do compensatory moves. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to cross over, soften the knee. See? Yeah. Now act like you're going to step, but then now you straighten that leg. See that? Bend the knee. Now straighten the leg. It's a whole different move. It's getting that inside of the ankle, inside of the lower leg. You're pushing back with that hamstring that we just got turned on there, got firing. Say rib cage up. Take a big breath. Here we go. Push back. Yeah. See, I got my hand here, not hard. See, it should feel pretty good. So this kind of crossover move, and then bend the knee and then straighten it against the band. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. Rib cage up. Take a big breath. Rib cage up. Yes. Take a big breath. Rib cage up. Okay. Now you're going to step pretty narrow. We're going to do a fold. See that? We're going to take our band down around our ankles. This should be fun. Make sure you're where you can grab something. Okay. Are you ready? So I'm right here. So I'm going to fold. I'm going to bring my band right on down here to my ankles. See that? Then when I come down and I come up, I make sure to shift into my heel. So you do that again. Big breath and come back up. Push your butt way back. Shine your tail lights. Are you ready? So if you can't remember anything else, doing a sit to stand is one of the ways to try to get your hips turning and firing on. Okay? So just a down and back up. Yeah, kind of a sit to stand. You can do it many ways. So see how I'm going wider? I'm going wider. Yeah, now I'm going to go down and touch my feet right down here, just like that. Do not take your shoulders or your head lower than your hips. Drop your hips. Do not take your knees in and then come back up. So you're resisting the propensity to do this. So you keep these wide. Yeah, just like that. Okay, keep your chin tucked. Take a breath. Right down here, stay wide. And then heels. Oh, yeah. Go like this to the side. Go like this to the side. See, I'm just turning. But you know what I'm doing? I'm resisting this. I'm keeping these open. Okay? Not only through my ankle, but it's all the way up into my hip. Has to resist this. So you're turning. Take a big breath in through your nose. Drop your shoulders. Take a big breath. Bring it back. Take a big breath. Bring it back. Take a big breath. Bring it back. And then we're going to do a sit to stand, a wide sit to stand. Keep your chin tucked. Drop your butt. Drop your butt. Drop your butt. Drop your butt. Try to put your hand on the floor. Now straighten it. Keep resisting. Straighten those legs just for a moment. Not even a moment, just a second or two. Do it again. Take a big deep breath. Heels, 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 heels. Drop your butt. Drop your butt. Heels. Now straighten those legs. Go to the side a little. To the side a little. Straight leg, bent leg. See this? Straight leg, bent leg. Just a little movement. Then go back down. Now come up. So you don't ever come up from an all the way down position with straight legs. You bend them. You bend them getting down. You can straighten them here. Then you bend them coming up. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Now we go straight forward and back. Now I'm gonna pull a pretty wide move. I'm gonna say extreme move. Okay? Pretty wide. So, because I want you to get this. Not only with your ankle, we started at your knee. Okay? Now we have a very long lever. So the further down the lever from the center, the harder it gets. See that? So here's my chair. And I'm going to just bend that. I'm going to go straight. I'm going to step straight. Okay, see that? Now I'm going to bend the knee and then go back. Bend the knee and go back. And if your band is sneaking on you, just bring it down so that it's right around the ankle. It's going to want to crawl up. So get it down around the ankle. Then you're going to bend the back knee and then go straight with it. See that? Just like that, because now we're going to shift. And now we're going to bring that leg off the ground. And we're going to go toe, boom, toe, da. Breath, breath, breath. Exhale when you lift. So inhale, lift, exhale. Big breath, inhale, exhale. And if you can do it all through the nose, great. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I try to go through the nose. Just try to make yourself go through the nose and then come back. So that back leg should be heated up. Yes, that is what we're trying to do, is turn those muscles around the hip on. Okay, so I'm going to step out pretty far. I've switched legs now. See that? So do a little tester. Bend that knee, and some of you are going to have to step back and get that band down around the ankles. Okie dokie. Big breath through the nose. Yes. Shoulders down. Yes. Don't put a death grip on your chair. Just rest your hand. Okay, this knee is bent, front. And then I'm going to just bend and straighten just a few times. Just to see my pathway here. See that? Don't drop your shoulders. It's braced right now. So here's the deal. See, you look at this and you think, oh yeah, she just did a bunch of leg stuff. That would be wrong. I mean, it would be right in a sense. Right now, if you're keeping your rib cage up and you're doing this very small task, see, your back extensors have to really work to stay in this position. Now, all bets are off if you're caving or leaning too far forward. And see, that's typical of sluggy behavior. So if you're doing that, we'll quit it. So right now, just by doing this, see, just by doing the knee bend and then straightening against this band, this big wide step, man, you should feel this back here starting to light up. And if you have hips replaced, and if you have nerve issues, spinal stenosis, yeah, these are some things in through the hips that you might not have felt for a while, okay? Okay, I'm just about ready. I'm feeling it. Now I'm gonna shift, and I'm gonna go boom to the toe, rib cage up, breath, exhale, breath, squeeze. Try not to jerk it. See, you want to rubber band it because that's easier. I want you to pull, then come in. Let's take a big breath. Pull. Now come in. Keep your toe forward and in dorsiflexion. Hold and come back. Take a big breath. Exhale, 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 and come back. Big breath. Exhale, 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 and come back. Here we go. Okay, one more. Take a breath. Here we go. Woo. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and come back. You should feel this. Yeah, step out of that band. Step out of that band. Okie dokie. So, we've been using our chair as a third point of contact because we've been doing a lot of variations on single leg stances. Okay, I think I forgot to do the rotation of the hip out and in on that one. Sorry about that. So here's what we'll do. Bring it back here and then come up, and then open, and then switch. Just come up and then open and come back. So it's a step back, lift, and then see how I went open? Okay, that goes straight up through the back. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to step back. See that? Bend, and then open, and try not to turn your body. So if you have some catches, some little catches in your hip, this is a dead giveaway. I should know. See, I'm back here. I said, bring your heel up. And then I said, open. Okay, I feel this very tight right in here. I'm trying to get that open without turning my whole body. I know it. Yeah, so those are ways, if you have hips that are giving you troubles, and you can't do all of the shenanigans that you see online because you have hips replaced, or you have arthritis in your hips, or you have spinal stenosis. It don't move that way. Well, yeah, we're supposed to regain those movement patterns. That's what I'm trying to help you to do. So I went through very methodically today, trying to use a band, a simple resistance to get your gluteals firing, okay? So now I'm going to take my hands. I'm going to grab them just like this. See this? Boom. Because not using your gluteals, not walking around all day long and your gluteals are asleep because you hadn't taken the time to actually fire them. Sit to stand if you don't remember anything else, do that. And then the leg back, even if you don't do a band. But now that we've got this here, let's drop our shoulders and let's just pull. See? So what I'm doing right now is I'm not doing a ton of things. I am dropping my shoulders, pulling my shoulder blades into my back because I'm pulling my hands apart. Look at my elbows. Some of you are like, I don't feel anything. Get your elbows down here. Drop your shoulders. Now go from here to here. So as you go out with your hands, the back of your hands, your elbows are going into your waistline. Okay, drop your shoulders, and just hang out here for a little bit. Take big deep breaths through the nose, big deep breaths, pull. Yeah, don't bend those wrists. Really pull them, really pull them, really pull them. Elbows are in, drop your shoulders, and then release. Whoa! Now put your hand back there. Now turn away from it. So this is just like walking through a door frame with your hands on either side of the door. So we're doing the same type of a thing. I'm just doing it with one end at a time. But see, I did this following that very strong contraction by pulling these and pulling the shoulders down and in. Yeah, then I go to the other side. Just hang your hand back there and then pull away from where you have your hands. See, I'm pulling away from it. Drop your shoulders again, say rib cage up. Big breath, drop your shoulders, pull really hard. Yeah. And just hang out there for a little bit, as long as you need to. So see, you could do that in church. You can put your hand right over the pew, pull away from it, and just wave to the people behind you. Give them an offering. I hope you're laughing. Okay, turn away from that arm. Take a big deep breath. So just remember this. You're totally now, you should just feel like, oh my goodness, I didn't know I was so tight. Then you come into this kind of a situation. You see my shoulders are not up. I'm dropping my shoulders. I'm leaning in. And then I'm pushing one elbow. I'm getting into the groin. Then you come straight, realign, drop your shoulders, rib cage up, then push the elbow into the inside of the knee and look over your shoulder. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Then when you come back, your tummy is tight and your hands are helping you come up from that position. Okay? So this is just good mechanics to help you manage the situation. Okie dokie. All right. So we're right here now, coming into the end of the class. So I'm right here. My shoulders are good. I feel so much better. I don't know about you, but I'm going to step down and then I'm going to come back, because this is about turning on muscles all the way down from your waist, all the way down, that will help you with the rest of your shoulder problems, everything else. Because see, when you're not using your gluteals properly, you kind of get to one side or the other side. So equalize, drop. Now I'm going to step down. See that? And I'm going to come back. And if this were a step on my stairs, my hands would be on either side of the railing or the wall. So hip hinge, rib cage up, drop my chin, and I'm going to come and put my heel down. So there I go again, into dorsiflexion. So standing up, hip hinge, push the butt back, drop, put the heel, and then come back. And if this was a normal step height, then you really get into understanding eccentric or long lengthening. Here we go. Lengthening the muscle. So here we go, down. See that? And this is only 2 inches. If you're struggling at this, put your hands on a chair, put your hands on something and lower and then come back. So if I gave you homework, it would be simply do eccentric contractions going down a stair. That's all that is. But I'm putting my heel down first, see? Putting my heel down first. And in order to do that, even at 2 inches, I have to really hang out and do that eccentric move, lengthening and come back. And it puts all the pressure on the back leg. So if you want to get stronger, practice eccentric, going slow, 1001, 1002, 1003 before you put your heel down. That's how you do it. Put your hands on the stairwell. Don't let that knee wobble back and forth. It's going to want to. So here I go. Rib cage up. Hands are on the rails. Eccentric. And if you have a hip replaced, you gotta steady yourself on the stairwells, on a chair. Okay, you got to, because it's going to be wiggling all over the place. That's just the way it is. And you're trying to get stronger at that particular move. Then we start to do our really good shoulder rolls. Okay, so I'm on my little pad, opening my toes. I'm going into my toe box, then to my heels. See that? Toe box, then the heels. Toe box, and don't be surprised if you're on this pad, if you're not thinking about it, you're going to over or under balance. It's going to throw you. That's okay. Just be ready for it. Keep your shoulders down. Big breaths. Into the toe box, lift the heels, and then go back into the heels. Back and forth into this spongy. So this is one piece of equipment that I think is kind of an essential thing if you want to keep working balance. Okay? Just a few things you got to put in place to really get that kind of work. Okay? Thumbs are going back, heels right into my toe box, heels into my toe box, heels into my toe box. Lift your heels into my toe box. Looky here. It's a distinct circle. I'm not just flapping my arms. It is a circle. Thumbs backwards. Thumbs are backwards. Yeah. And then come down. Take a big deep breath. Step wide and go open, close. Pat your back. Pat your back. Pat your back. Do it as many times as you need to. Then you go forward and back. Pendulum. Say rib cage up. Say rib cage up. Rib cage up. Switch lead legs. Rib cage up. So, I hope this gives you some ideas of how to, and if you're a walker, a dancer, a gardener, if you're going to be walking around your house, get your gluteals woke up. Yeah, I hope this helps you to get some ideas of how in the world to do that. That's what my goal is. Good job.